An author reflects on money, wealth, and ultimate meaning in a context of consumerism and greed, where the poor remain poor, where the wealthy live with a continual lust for more, where wealth is hoarded because it is commonly believed that money buys protection. Is this the United States in 2017? Or 5th century BC Jerusalem? The book of Ecclesiastes is a relevant text for today because of its perspective on wealth and money. Kohelet, the protagonist of Ecclesiastes, is concerned with what one gains in life, that is, what is the yield or net gain of one's hard work. At the very beginning of the book, Kohelet asks, what is the net gain from all the hard work that one works so hard at under the sun? He asks similar questions at other points in the book, for example, in chapter 3, verse 9, and chapter 5, verse 15. Kohelet offers two answers to this question. First, wisdom is profitable, at least in this life and to some extent, but only in this life. And second, nothing, actually, yields an ultimate profit. Therefore, it's useless to try and continually seek wealth and to hoard it. It's better to spend it, enjoy it, and give it away liberally. Kohelet's focus on profit, or net gain, in the first verses of the book, set a context within which to understand Kohelet's focus on money and wealth throughout the book. Ecclesiastes contains numerous terms related to wealth and money, including kesef, meaning money, osher, meaning wealth, yitron, meaning surplus, and several others. This rich vocabulary shows just how important concepts and themes of wealth are to the book of Ecclesiastes. The book of Ecclesiastes presents Kohelet as a rich king who had the wealth to pursue all of his desires, as described in Ecclesiastes chapter 2, verses 4 through 8. This sets Kohelet up as one who can reflect on wealth from his own experiences. Kohelet has a love-hate relationship with money. He loves how it benefits him, but he hates the fact that he must leave it to someone else, as he states in chapter 2, verses 18 and 21. He believes that God has designed things this way, as he states in chapter 2, verse 26, but he ultimately thinks this is pointless. According to Kohelet, hoarding money has no benefit except to give it to others. In fact, in chapter 5, verses 13 through 14, Kohelet states that people hoard their money to their own detriment, because if something happens to one's wealth, that person will be unable to leave it to his children. In Ecclesiastes chapter 5, verses 8 through 17, Kohelet has an extended commentary on wealth. He confesses that money cannot buy happiness, that people cannot take it with them beyond the grave. He also notes that an increase in wealth leads to an increased desire for more, and that although the working person may be poor, he or she can at least sleep comfortably, unlike the wealthy. In chapter 6, verses 7 through 9, Kohelet concludes that it is better to be satisfied with what one has than to desire continually and seek for more and never be satisfied. One of Kohelet's final pieces of advice is to give liberally. Cast your bread out on the water. Give a portion to 7 people, even to 8, he says in chapter 11, verses 1 through 2. What then does the book of Ecclesiastes have to say to us about money? Be satisfied, don't let wealth possess you, but spend it on things that bring you joy, and be generous. You can't take it with you, and while it might be pointless that one has to leave his or her wealth to others, you might as well give generously before you're unable to do so.